based on what I have mostly heard from fans of the DC universe, the Batman fans, I find it pretty odd that fans seem to they can't seem to love all these three takes that I'm just going to mention. One, Nolan's trilogy, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, then the Zack Snyder universe, two, and three, the standalone Joker film with Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, most of the people, or actually every single person that I've talked to, loves either only one of these three things or two of these three things. Like a Christian Bale Batman fan hates the Ben Affleck take. That person hates Zack Snyder's work. Or anybody, like the rare person who likes both Nolan's trilogy, Christian Bale's Batman, and Zack Snyder's Batfleck, those people, those rare breed, they still hate Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and they don't think it is the Joker. It's just some mentally ill dude, which is so very off. Now I understand. So okay, there is something around the whole gripe, around the whole issue that I understand. For example, I do understand why the fans, the comic book fans, may not like Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Why they hate probably Christian Bale's take on Batman, because it's very unlike comic book. It's they have imagined a world where they have imagined a real world, and Batman was just some rich dude in that world in Nolan's trilogy. Ben Affleck is a more serious take, is a more comic bookish take. And also, Christian Bale's Batman often takes a back seat. He's often playing second fiddle to the villains, right? Second fiddle to Heath Ledger's Joker, second fiddle to Bane from Dark Knight Rises. His Batman isn't presented to be that strong. He's great as Bruce Wayne, but people do not like his costume. Also, there is not enough screen time with Batman in Nolan's trilogy. I think, but especially when you compare it with Ben Affleck's take on Batman, he's all hulked up. He can fight anybody, and he's way closer to comic books. So I understand why fan of X Y won't why they won't like the fan of Y. Why won't they be the fan of Y? But regarding the Joker standalone film, the origin story of Joaquin Phoenix, now that leaves me confused. Why is that not considered the Joker? I mean, most of the people have this gripe that this is not the kind of person who will loot a bag, who will kill people, and if he's upset, he would rather go alone, sit on a staircase, and start crying. I mean, did you actually watch the film? The entire film. This man goes through a complete transformative journey. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, Arthur. He begins as this wimpy man, mentally ill, socially reject person, and then he transforms into an agent of chaos, right? He riles up the entire city. The entire city gets burned up. People start burning that town. They start burning Gotham because of this one man. And he doesn't just inspire violence, he perpetrates violence. He kills like about seven people in the film, close range. He brutally murders his ex colleague with a scissor. And that is his journey from being the scared little guy in the beginning to transforming into what he transformed into by the climax. So I do not see why you do not see the DC Universe Joker in this guy. I mean, in the hands of of an able writer, of a director, I'd if ever a sequel to this film gets made, like I see a maximum of 30 minutes into that sequel, and we can see Arthur looting banks. I mean, I can totally see what we saw in Joker as the backstory to Heath Ledger's Joker, to Jack Nicholson's Joker even. to Jared Leto's Joker. I don't see that disconnection that other people seem to see, because it all fits. It totally fits. Okay, he was a reject in the beginning. He was a scared man, but now he is not by the end of the film. So if he has taken such a huge leap, if his character has taken such a huge leap in a matter of just one film, why can't it leap further? Simple as that. Subscribe to Legend Martini for your daily dose of lifestyle, movies, fashion, career, health and wellness, and everything else under the sun. Don't forget to hit the bell icon.